Hola chicos, my name is Senora Myers, and within the next 4 minutes we will have a for-real conversation about why in the world there are masculine and feminine nouns in Spanish. Nouns in Spanish are usually accompanied by an article such as the or a. The 4 articles in Spanish that mean the are el, los, la, and las. El is used for a singular masculine noun such as el muchacho. Los is used when the noun is plural, as in los muchachos. La is used for a feminine and singular noun, such as la muchacha. Las is the article used when the noun is plural, such as las muchachas. I'm going to share with you some rules to help you figure out which words are masculine and which are feminine. Disclaimer: unfortunately, there are always exceptions to these rules. So they are not true 100% of the time, but as a general rule, this will help you to decide if it's masculine or feminine. Número uno, identify the noun by its ending, A or O. Nouns that are masculine will end in the letter O. El libro, el carro, el bolígrafo. Nouns that end in the letter A are feminine. La casa, la mochila, la pizarra. General rule número dos. You can identify the noun based on the gender of the person or animal. Masculine nouns that refer to a man or a boy will be masculine. El chico, el hijo, el hermano. These are all recognizable because they are males and also because they end in an O. The following words may not end in an O, but they're masculine because they refer to a man or a boy. El señor, el padre, el jefe, el profesor. So continuing with the general rule número dos, where we identify the noun based on the gender of the person or animal, let's look at el femenino. So for feminine, if we're talking about a girl or a woman, the word will most likely end in an A. Here are some examples: la chica, la hija, la hermana, la maestra, la profesora. The previous examples should be easy to understand because we can associate masculine, el and los, with males and feminine, la, las, with females. However, when it comes to things such as la chaqueta, el libro, la escuela, los apuntes, it can be a little more challenging. Poor Michael Scott had quite a difficult time with this.
La telefona. El teléfono.
Michael's having a hard time with the gender part of Spanish.
Angelo.
Angela.
So let's break down the first rule. If a noun ends in an O, it most likely is masculine. If it ends in an A, it most likely is feminine. The following nouns ending in O are masculine: el teléfono, el plátano, el escritorio, el teclado, el amigo. The following nouns ending in A are feminine: la secretaria, la computadora, la silla, la oficina. There are a few exceptions to the above rules. For the masculine, there's a list of nouns that end in A, but they are actually masculine, many times based on the gender that they had in the original Latin or Greek language. Here are some examples: el día, el mapa, el sofá. Also, another trick to remember words that are masculine is these words that end with ma or ta. These come from their Greek ending and they will most likely be masculine. El problema, el idioma, el planeta. Some exceptions for feminine nouns. The following are feminine even though they end with an O. La mano. The reason mano is feminine is because it was originally feminine in Latin, so they just kept it feminine. These next words are actually just shortened versions of the original word. La radio, la moto, la foto. Sometimes the word is feminine, but if the noun begins with an A, such as the word águila, instead of la, we change the article to el so that the two A's are not right next to each other. So instead of la águila, to break up the sounds, it becomes el águila. The plural would be las águilas. The same is true for agua. It is el agua in the singular, but plural it is las aguas. A few other hints to help you recognize if a noun is masculine or feminine. Words that end in o, ma, or another consonant besides D or Z are likely to be masculine. Here's some more examples: el chico, el problema, el idioma, el árbol. For feminine, Words that end in A, D, Z, or ion are likely to be feminine. La rosa, la felicidad, la paz, la canción. When talking about occupations and other roles, there are also some nouns that stay the same but can be masculine or feminine. The occupation just happens to end in an A, so they are differentiated by having el or la in front of the noun. Here are some examples. El atleta, la atleta, artista, astronauta, dentista, oficinista, poeta, turista. Now let's do some practice. Fill in the blank with the correct article. ¿Dónde está baño? Ella es profesora. Libros son muy interesantes. Teléfono es negro. Me gusta camisa negra. Let's check your answers. Número 1 should be el baño. It ends with an O, so it is masculine. Número 2, la profesora. It ends with an A and is speaking of a woman, so la profesora. Número 3, for libros, the article would be los. And you'll notice that los ends with OS, just like libros ends in OS. 4, el teléfono. Número 5, la camisa negra. Muy bien. Now say whether the following nouns are masculine or feminine based on what you have learned in this video. Write down your answers, pause the video, and then hit play to check your answers. Maestra, problema, mano, rosa, profesor. Turista, chico, felicidad, paz, atleta. So for maestra, the article will be la because it is feminine. Problema, it seems like it would be feminine because it ends with an A. But this is a trick you need to remember. If you have a word that ends with ema, E-M-A, it's going to be masculine. So it's el problema. Mano, again, it seems like it would be masculine, but the original word for mano in Latin is feminine. So we just keep it Latin in Spanish, la mano. Rosa is feminine. Profesor would be el. That's masculine, el profesor. For turista, this is a word that can either be masculine or feminine. It can be el turista or la turista. Chico. Chico means boy, so this is masculine and it would be el chico. Felicidad, because it ends with D-A-D, that's another trick to remember words that are feminine end in D-A-D. Felicidad. Same with the word paz. Words that end with Z are feminine. La paz. Atleta is going to be the same as turista. Atleta can be masculine or feminine. El atleta or la atleta. Muy bien. Remember, if you are on a journey to learning Spanish, then please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any videos. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.